Hey everyone, I wanted to reassure you when it comes to the STAAR test. We don't know how it's going to take place or when it's going to take place, but there are tons and tons of resources online that can prepare you for whatever test that you're taking. Now, Texas Education Agency provides all of the STAAR release test questions from previous years. So this video is going to be for fourth grade writing. However, you can always use the beginning of this video to see where you can find any grade in any test, and it will also provide you the answer keys and also the item rationales as to why the answers were wrong or why they were correct. So for this video, we're going to look at the writing portion. So this is the written composition part of the fourth grade STAAR test, and they are to write an expository essay. I like to remind my students that this is not a story. This is not a narrative or a personal narrative. I always say no story and expository, no story and expository, and that seems to help them remember. So this is where some of the kids get confused because they have a reading, thinking, and writing portion that they need to read. So it's very important that students understand how to read this prompt. So it says, read the following quotation. I do not know of anyone who has gotten to the top without hard work. Margaret Thatcher. Then they're supposed to think about all the hard work you do. It may be work you do at school, at home, or outside. Now this is where kids get confused and then they start writing a story, or they'll just talk about work that they do at home or at school. But what it says for them to do is to write about one type of hard work you do, tell about your work, and explain why it is so hard to do. So that's a very important part of the prompt that students need to understand if they want to be able to score at least a 3 or a 4 on the STAAR essay. Now, a strong writer can use personal experiences in their expository essay, but they need to make sure that they're not creating a story. This is only an expository essay explaining about why it is so hard to do something, not writing a story about how it was hard to do something. Now, another very important part of the written composition is to be sure to clearly state your central idea, organize the writing, develop it with detail, and then choose their words carefully. They will also be graded whether or not they used correct spelling, capitalization, punctuation, and grammar. So here's the grade 4 writing expository prompt. Write about one type of hard work you do. Tell about your work and explain why it is so hard to do. So I'm going to show you the difference between a 1, 2, 3, and 4. So here is an example of a 1. Working hard. Why working hard is the best? When I was helping my mom with the room, I like helping people because you're doing something for someone. A room is where you sleep. Helping someone is awesome. It was hard to clean the room up. Cleaning is like you spill something, then you clear it up. Hard work is like you do too much. Hard is cool. When we finished cleaning up, I was tired. Tired is you don't stop doing it. Finished is when you're done. Finished is cool. Well, I would agree that finishing up is cool. However, this is a very limited writing performance, and it's really unclear what his central idea is. Saying working hard is the best. Now you can also see that his progression and his transitions are not there. Now here is an example of a 2. Do you do martial arts? I do. Here are some reasons why it is hard. First of all, you are in constant physical strain because you're not always doing stuff like the splits, butterflies, and planks. Planks are when you lay down and hold yourself up with your lower arms. Plus, sometimes they make you do push-ups if you do not react fast enough. Martial arts is when you learn a bunch of kicks and moves to defend yourself with if anyone tries to attack you. There are multiple types of martial arts, but I learned Taekwondo, the Korean version of martial arts. The second reason Taekwondo is hard is that you have to memorize everything that they teach you, which is to step fighting, your form, and the Korean names for the kicks that they teach you. And that is why Taekwondo is so hard. Now, the reason why they received a 2 is because that the central idea is there. They said martial arts is hard. Now, they gave some reasons as to why, but the progression of ideas is not always controlled. It's not always in order, and the focus is different. Now, let's look at a 3. A 3 is a satisfactory score, so that means that you will pass if you receive a 3. Most students score a 3, so this is what your essay needs to look like, at least in order to pass. Have you ever had a hard working job? Well, I have. I've had to bathe my dog. It was very hard work. The first reason it was hard work while bathing my dog was because she would splash and jump too much. It drove me crazy. I heard plops and plots. She splashed water on me, and I turned as cold as my fever, then burst into flames. The next reason it was so hard was that she was barking and squatting a lot and squealing a lot. Steam came out of my ears. I thought that we were in a tea kettle motion, the way I steamed and the way she whistled. Then it was on like cat and mouse. The last reason it was so hard was the way she almost bit me and threw a fit. She growled and I got scared. I saw her humongous teeth and got just terrified. Then I smelled her bad dog breath, but I realized that I brushed her teeth, so it wasn't her breath, it was her chew toy. I put it in the bathtub, got to bathe her. I feel that my dog is bad at taking baths. I wish there were an easier way to bathe my dog. I've decided to let my sister take care of this from now on. Wink, wink, smile. But as you can tell as you read out loud, the progression is not always clear. However, this person received a 3 because the central idea is there that bathing a dog is hard. They used their personal experience as to why it was hard, and the writer provides enough sentence-to-sentence connections. And I also liked how they used, for example, steam came out of my ears. I thought we were in a tea kettle motion. So that supports the flow of the essay, and there were good details and examples. Now let's look at a 4. Do you know that saying practice makes perfect? That really applies to acting. You can't get on stage and just assume you prepared. You cannot expect for a person to know their lines and tell you yours if your mind goes blank during the performance. That doesn't look professional and it gives you a bad reputation. You must remember that the rest of the cast relies on you to know your parts as well. You need to work hard and practice for it to show that you care about what you do. For one thing, you need to make a commitment that you'll show up to practice and give it your all. You must assure the actors around you are hardworking, responsible, and trustworthy. I have been told many times that acting is a team sport and you have to show you will work with others with respect. But most importantly, you must act with expression. You cannot make it look like you're just reciting lines. If I had to look joyful, I'd try my hardest to look ecstatic like my character would. You must make your acting look realistic. All of these tasks and characteristics equal up to a hard-working actor. This makes you look ready for anything when you work hard so you can play any role you want. So this scored a 4 because the central idea that acting is hard work and it requires practice is developed throughout the descriptions related to the work's unique experiences in acting. They're saying that it requires practice. They say that you've been told many times that it's a team sport. He wrote that you will have to work with others with respect. So this is a 4 because the central idea that acting is hard work and it requires practice is in the essay. This person also developed descriptions related to the writer's unique experiences, and the progression of ideas is well controlled and it has meaningful transitions. So, with all that being said, you can now see the difference between a 1, 2, 3, and 4. So what we want to do is we want to get to the place where we can write a 4, and we can do that.